All right, hello everybody. I'm here in the inside of my boat. I'm going to show you a little bit more. I'm just going to pan around in a sec. I don't have a gyro or anything like that, so it's not going to look as smooth, but it'll be kind of cool just for you to see it. So this is the inside of the boat. You can see here I've got seats, upholstered those, made a gun box, made them into 3 sections actually, so that if there's 3 of us hunting and someone wants to get into the gun box, you don't have to have everybody else get up. You can get your own stuff. Just throw stuff like emergency kit, air horn, extra shotgun shells, whatever, food stuff in there. I'm not sure how well this is going to be able to be seen. See, it's probably a little bit dark in here. You have a backrest, which I would highly recommend that if you ever build a boat and you have any kind of permanent stuff to it, put a backrest in it. The difference is unbelievable. You will see then we got some storage back behind the seat here. I did that on purpose to give us room for stuff like we use with some grass, fast grass mats once in a while to cover up some of these edges. I do actually have coat racks in here everywhere for people to hang jackets on, get them out of the way up above us so they're not cluttered up. And then another thing that was awesome about this boat that I love, and I did it on the boat that I just built as well for a buddy. Put hydroturf on any of the surfaces. Well, I didn't do them on the beams on this, but anyway here, so you can hear it's pretty solid. It takes away a lot of that rattle of the aluminum. It is a huge insulator. If you put your hand on this little piece right here, when it's cold out, and we're hunting a lot of times when temps are in under 20 degrees, very cold, very warm. Someday I'll probably come back over and put some on here, just haven't got around to it because the boat stays warm enough. But it does also deaden the sound when you're duck calling too, and it just looks really cool. It looks way more customized having this in here. So I do like that look. Up here I've got the LED lights, and I've got them on the other side here of the channel. So my shelf, you'll see it in a minute, is super lit up, easy to see back here. Whatever you're doing, looking for in your blind bag, easy to see. Back here you'll see when I just showed you on the previous video, where my goose decoys were stored there on the back side of this. So if I open that up, there's a couple of hooks there I've got. Goose decoys would be right there. Right here I've got stored right now one of our panels, the ones that are missing up here. Normally what I actually do is stick them back behind here and they're out of the way. We don't have to worry about them then. But there is a door right there that opens and swings all the way open, fairly large, that lets me get to the gas tank, the battery, the motor, any of that kind of stuff from the inside. Don't need to use it a lot, but one thing it does do is it lets me throw that the cover over the motor. If I would have forgotten it for some reason, let's just throw it on there. Up on the shelf here, we just keep all of our cooking stuff. We've got pretty much a full kitchen, it seems like. Keep our spotlights, extra shelves, batteries, who knows what ends up on there. By the end of the season, it's a dang mess. I cleaned out a garbage can full of stuff basically after the last of the season last year. I do have an oven. This is another pro tip that if you have the room for this, do it. A buddy tried to convince me to do it and I didn't get it. I ended up trying to put just a burner in first, and then I thought, you know what, I've got the room, so I threw the oven in, and there's nothing quite like cinnamon rolls or blueberry muffins or a small pizza. We actually cooked Thanksgiving dinner out here too. Me and a buddy hunted Thanksgiving morning and had our own Thanksgiving dinner in the duck boat that morning. So that was awesome. I'd recommend it. It's a little Camp Chef. I can't think of the name of the model, but it says outdoor camp oven made by Camp Chef. So it's really worth it. It's like 30 some pounds. If you can take the weight, I would do it. So that's kind of the main stuff here. One thing I do also have in here is some other canvas. I had a lot of heavy canvas left when I made this, so I put some canvas in, attached it to this part of the blind over here. And what it allows me to do is I have pins up here that I can angle it across. Like if I can put this piece up and this corner and run them both over to here, so I can kind of cut our shooting slots in half. That makes a big difference in terms of, one, keeping warm air in, but also just covering up that kind of dark black hole effect that you get from duck blinds, and just doesn't let them look in and see your smiling face as well either. So that is the basics of that. I'm just going to grab the camera here, kind of pan around so you can see everything that I'm talking about. open up the driving cockpit so you can see how that's laid out. Other than that, that's the boat. If you guys have any questions in terms of dimensions, basic welding stuff, I can help with that. Other than that, or even the same design questions for specific boats, it's one thing I think I've gotten good at. I've probably built a half dozen boat blinds. This would be my third aluminum one actually, second that I've welded. And just pretty good at overcoming obstacles in terms of make things work. You're always gonna have to give something up for every boat blind. Like obviously for this boat blind, I'm not gonna be able to picking up decoys every day from the boat in deep water. But other than that, really there's no limitations that I can think of. So I'm gonna grab the camera here, show you around, and then we're gonna turn you loose. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, hey guys, here as promised is just the another internal view of the boat. You're looking right now at the front door and the driver's cockpit. So there's the steering wheel, got my GPS, all my panel switches up there, throttle of course, and I do have a fire extinguisher, which I would highly recommend on a boat like this, just in case. Here's our shelving with the lights. You can see how bright that gets underneath. I do have the HydroTurf on all of that as well, so that makes a big difference. This is just extra shotgun shells. There's all of our cooking equipment. See if we can get some light on this. I do use heaters down below. I have those hardwired back into my propane tank along with the Camp Chef stove that you see there. There's that back wall that I was talking about. There's a door back there that you can't really see. Unfortunately, I just got that stuff in the way. That canvas panel right there separates the decoys, and then this is just a little bit of a view of the ceiling, the lights, and just the HydroTurf. Inside the seats, pretty nothing too special. Just got life jackets in there. And I guess here's what it looks like with a jacket up on there. So that's in there from last season yet. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this little walkthrough. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. I help when I can.